Hey guys, so I want to do something different that I've never done before. I want to do a reaction video. Um, I'm gonna play the Jen and Jeremy opening up my packages. I'm gonna play that and I'm gonna react to it and like talk about different things. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I've got Grogu here. He's in his little shirt that I need to sew again because I sewed it to like make it shorter, but then like I didn't sew it like on the line. Anyways, but yeah, he's here, got his little thing. Okay, so let me get this. I'm gonna have the I'll play the I'm having it play through my ears, but then I'll have it on the screen.
Gonna unbox some gifts. I have Jeremy with me.
Oh, I love gift
Little
time.
Christmas edition. I have a little haul here.
Yeah, like I was so excited to she told me she posted this video. I was like, "Yes." And I watched it really fast. On my break, or I watched my part on my break. I had like a 15-minute break, and so I was like, I saw her like talking about it and I could not wait. I was like, oh my gosh, like, like, hurry up. Like, I only have a short amount of time and it's my break. It was like the best present ever.
Is it always a surprise, or do some people tell you they're going to send you something?
It's a mix. Start with this one. This one is from Ruth. I actually already opened this and I've actually already used things in it from the video. She had sent me this. It's a toddler hat and she customized it.
And so the first thing I sent them was the hat. Well, the box that included the hat. So he's wearing his, just a little hat I got off Amazon, $10, $15 toddler sun hat. And I took the seams on the side where the seam was and I used the seam ripper and cut the seam, and then I turned in the edges, sewed it, and made it so that he can wear it. I mean, you could just make the strap like go down and just hang, but I think it's cute with the strap around his neck. And I could just like put that in his clothes if I wanted to, but yeah, he wears that hat and I think he looks freaking adorable. I just bought a brown one with some Christmas money, and I'm going to make a Browns version. I just have to figure out what logo, if I want to put Dog Pound or what logo I want to put on the front, and if I just want to do it just in orange or how I want to do it. But yeah, that's the hat he has is just like this one. Same exact hat, same exact vinyl, everything. Yep.
Are these for Grogu's ears?
So I used it in a video when the Bills were kind of struggling there, and they've turned it around ever since. So been a nice lucky charm.
Yeah, so
Isn't
that
that adorable?
works.
So cool.
And just some other things. Some of my favorite snacks.
Reese's, yeah, those are
Look
Reese's.
look at these
Hot
Wheels,
Matchbox cars.
The Hot Wheels, I actually, he gets one that's the land speeder. I was able to find 3. I collect Hot Wheels. So, I found 3. One from my collection, my dad and I's collection. One, to send to Jen. And then I was like, I want one for myself to like open up. I don't usually open up my Hot Wheels, but there's a few that I've got that I open up because I just think they're fun and I can like fidget with it, whatever. So my Grogu now has the land speeder, and the other day I found, I haven't decided if I'm going to mail it out yet, but Grogu wanted her Grogu wanted a BMW i8 Roadster, or BMW i8 for Christmas. And so I found the Hot Wheels. So he has one. I have another one that I'm debating on mailing out, but this one got, oh well, it's mine, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just figured I found this, the land speeder, and I thought, okay, that'd be really fun to have, you know, because that's Star Wars. But then the Batman one was kind of cutesy. And then there's another like minivan type, like Toyota something or other. And I thought that it just looked ridiculous. It looked like something from the 80s that, you know, Japanese, like super ridiculous car. And I just thought that was just funny and weird and quirky. So I thought that'd be another fun, you know, and thinking of the skits and giving him more options of little things that, you know, he could play with.
Aren't they great? I can see Grogu playing with these. Isn't that cool?
Oh, I love it.
Her Grogu is SoCal Grogu. So there's a note from SoCal Grogu to my Grogu.
And yeah, she talks about him playing with them, and I think that's a great idea. And so there's actually one of the first like skits I ever did was a video of him writing that letter, of him writing the letters, you know, saying, Mom took me to the store and let me buy these with her money, you know, I hope you like them. And I just thought it'd be cute as like a little fun, silly, you know, thing for him to send a letter to her Grogu. But yeah, it turned out hilarious. There's a video on my TikTok about it. It's quite a, well, I don't want to say quite a ways, but it is a ways back. But yeah, it's super fun. I had fun making that video like late at night.
There.
Oh my God.
Mom took me to the store and let me buy these for you with her money. Hope you like them, SoCal Grogu. So great. Ruth comments on every video. She hits all 3 platforms. Ruth, I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank
That's
you
awesome
so
stuff.
much. And this is a letter that she wrote to me. Maybe she was shopping for this.
Yeah,
she's
I
buying
pretty
stuff
much,
right there.
I
That's
pretty
really
much comment on every
That's
video.
awesome. I
Thank
love it.
you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, I didn't talk about she made this too, like a blanket.
Oh, that's cool. Look at
This would go great in his little spaceship.
And so the last thing she shows in that first portion is the blanket, which he has his own. My Grogu, SoCal Grogu, or I call him G. So if you ever hear me refer to as G, that's him. I just thought, oh, G is a fun little nickname. But he is SoCal Grogu. You can follow SoCal Grogu on Instagram. I have a silly little, I don't post there all often, but I do occasionally post there. But yeah, they both have matching blankets. He lays on my bed with me, and sometimes he just lays there, and I don't, but there are other times, like, I'll bring him out and sit him on the couch next to me if I'm, you know, excited to watch a Jen video or something, whatever. But yeah, he sleeps with his little matching Star Wars fabric. I got Joanne's Minky on the back, and then the front is the little like sort of stretchy, almost t-shirt material Grogu in the little pram.
Beautiful. Love these.
Thank you, Ruth.
Okay, quick awkward edit. Ruth actually sent me a Christmas box too. It just arrived. Just again, so much
I
thought.
did send a
So much
Christmas
love,
box.
Gifts
yeah.
and
Had a
love.
blast.
I read the note first. Looks like there's art and snacks.
No way. My favorite kind of gift. Something like that.
Oh, and
This is
pretzels
crazy.
too.
Popcorn. Ruth, thank you. You know.
So this popcorn that I gave is actually from a local company here. I don't know where else you can get it, if it's available anywhere else, but it's made locally here in San Diego or Southern California. And we didn't have it for a while because I guess they were making it out of an old house, and the house burned down, so we didn't have it. And it's like mega popular at my store. Then people will buy like 5 bags, or they'll, you know, like they'll go to the shelf, and if there's like 4 bags left, they'll buy whatever's on the shelf. I think it's pretty decent popcorn. It's just kind of plain Jane popcorn, no super flavor, no, it might be have a little salt on it, might have a little butter flavor, but it's nothing like, which I like kind of a, you know, not super fancy popcorn. My dad's not a huge fan of it, but I bought them a bag, and I bought myself a bag, and I ate like half the bag that night as I was doing stuff. So I can eat it. Yeah, it's decent popcorn. And then the pretzels, those are something that I just happened to, Jeremy loves pretzels. He is Mr. Pretzel. There's a TikTok video that I've seen of them where they're in Pennsylvania or something, a grocery store. and he's eaten, or he's, it's the pretzel aisle. They don't have it really a chip aisle because that's not really a thing in that area of Pennsylvania or wherever wherever they're at. So it's pretzels, and I saw these Cheeto pretzels, and I thought, wow, these would be super interesting. I thought they were really, really cheesy. So if you like that Cheeto flavor, then these are really, I'm sure you would really love these. I was not a huge fan of them because they were super Cheeto-y and super messy. And it was like a Cheeto, but like a really solid, sturdy Cheeto. But so I'm really interested to see what they think of said snacks. It'll be interesting to and those previous where I got her some Reese's. Those are the football ones. I know she'll eat those. You can't go wrong with. And those actually sat in my fridge. The football Reese's. Those actually sat in my fridge with her name on it because I bought them because I was like, oh shoot, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to send this box out, and I'm not gonna have time to, and I didn't want them to go bad. I didn't want them to melt, so I bought 2 of them. I put them in a Ziploc baggie and wrote Jen do not eat on them and stuck them in my fridge. And my dad kept, what are these? I'm like, I haven't sent the box out. I don't want them to melt. Like, I don't want them to go bad. So they stayed nice and fresh, I guess, in my fridge. But yeah.
Popcorn is a
Yeah,
favorite.
I know you
These
like
are French
popcorn.
What do you got
That's
there?
why I got it.
Oh, Pretzel King. That's for you.
Pretzel King. That's cool.
King of Solar.
Friendship bracelets. I had a blast. I still have a bunch of the supplies, but I bought them and I made like 5 or 6, and then I took a break, and then I was like, oh, it'd be neat to make them for my my media crew at church, and so I made the bracelets. They were a hit for the media crew, but yeah, I want to make some for work, but my ADHD is like, what I need to do is just do the whole needle trick and then just pick a bunch of colors and then put them in a bowl and then just, pick up colors. I'm so like, here's the ones I'm wearing. I'm so meticulous, but yeah. So I have a Browns one that says Go Browns, and then I have this one that's just a rainbow one with a heart on it. I want to see if I can find online that's like these little the little hearts, and see if I can get like smiley faces or like, little images, maybe footballs or something. And then she got one that says NY Grogu on it. And so I wear one that's exactly the same with the colors to kind of look like Grogu with the green, and then the like tan color for his outfit that says SoCal Grogu. And then my Browns one is brown and orange, and then my upstairs crew one is purple. But these are those clay beads, and they're actually kind of neat. They're fun. They're really colorful. They almost remind me of puka shells. They are getting kind of dirty, but that's fine. And then so the first one I made for Jeremy is the small beads. So the Pretzel King one is small, like these little glass beads, and I tried to make them look like a pretzel. And then I gave him one, okay, computer, please don't. And then the second one I gave him says King of Solar on it. And so those of you who've been around long enough, I haven't, but I've seen all the videos because I'm weird like that, and I've watched every single video. I've probably watched the Jeremy Saturday videos like at least 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row. Well, not in a row, but like, watched all of them. So anyways, he got these, was it last year? Last year or the year before, he got the Dollar Tree solar lights. So I used the clay beads, and I did some black for the little stake, and then I had a gray colored one, and the gray was for like the silver on the stick part of the solar light. And then I did one individual one for like the little light, so I did like red, green, yellow, and blue, or whatever the colors that came in the set of the solar lights that he bought. So they're to look like the infamous Christmas solar lights that everybody loved so much, the Dollar Tree solar lights. But yeah.
That's for you.
No way. Ruth, you made me the king of solar?
Bill's
I love
Mafia.
that.
I forgot to put these on my Christmas list that I wanted Bill's like.
And then I had to make Jen a Bill's Mafia
Oh,
one.
New York
Like, duh.
Grogu. In Ruth's note, she talks about how she sent 2 books. One is that would be funny in the skits, and one that's a book of her art.
Look at this wrapping
The
job.
whole presentation.
And then, so this next thing, which is the book, and they talk about how beautifully it's wrapped. Let me tell you, that is the only present that was wrapped beautifully like that. I'm being honest here. I don't know if it's just me, if it's ADHD, if it's whatever, but my thought process for that book was to make it I wanted to make it look like if you had gone to like Macy's, or if you had gone to, somewhere like a nice department store or nice mall, and they had a station or a toy store, and then they had a station where you could pay and someone would wrap the presents for you. I did that as a fundraiser in high school for a band one year. But like the professional, you see those videos online, and it's like the professional gift wrappers, in like the toy store. And so that was kind of my thing. Was the whole shtick here is that the book was bought from Kenobi and Skywalker booksellers, which is my silly little take on Barnes and Noble. And I kind of want to make a library or bookstore cosplay, like Star Wars universe, and I want to call it that, but I don't know if that's technically copyright, if I can do that, if I can't do that. So I'll have to look into the like rules on that, see if it's, because I think I was gonna go as and I can't think of her name, the girl. I was gonna work on that, the lady who has the droids that fix the ships, but that babysits Grogu. Pelimoto, I think is her name. Pelemoto, whatever. I wanted to go as her. But now I'm thinking it'd be cool to be like a librarian, like bookstore seller person, like in the Star Wars universe. So I'll have to look into that. But that's the whole story behind the wrapping. Like by the end of, because I saw presents to wrap Christmas Eve, and at like 11:30 at night, I'm literally just wrapping it and putting a D for Dad and an R for Ruth. Like I was that, like I'm just done. But yeah, so I loved how it turned out. Like I wanted it to look nice. I wanted it to, look like I said, someone had paid good money to have it wrapped. And the tag on there that says Merry Christmas, y'all, that I saved one. There's one here on the bed, where I was doing all my wrapping. But those are vintage, they were childhood tags of mine that I absolutely loved. My mother got a whole bunch of them, and I used them all the time. And there's like 2 or 3 of them left, so I saved one to see if I could recreate it. But yeah, those tags are at least from the 90s, if not before, most likely the 90s. But I remember using them as a kid, and I thought they were the best. They were nice and big. I could write on them. I used them for the longest time, and then as the years went on, the less and less there was of them. So I was more conservative of the tags. But yeah.
I just finished wrapping. I didn't wrap like this.
Oh, it's not before Christmas.
Look at that.
All added art drawn by Ruth Ingram. Look.
Oh my God, he's right there.
So yeah,
She
I did
added
add
him
him
to the
story. I added him in the book. So my favorite part one of my favorite parts, I love all of it, but I really like the scene in the pages that she shows where he is sleeping. That was art that didn't take a whole, it took a lot of thought, because I had to, there's in the original version of this book, there are two kids, and you can see those two kids in the front when they're building the snowman, where she just shows.
Oh my gosh, this is so special. Oh my gosh.
Look.
There's the Josh Christmas tree ornament.
But so there's two kids, and I had to figure out how to like make one bed, and I could have drawn a lot of little things, and the cat was originally on the floor, but I put the cat on the bed because I thought it'd be cuter, because Grogu's small and the cat would be snuggled up on the bed. And in the life of Jen and all that, I made the cat to sort of look like Neville, their cat they owned, and Neville was kind of, you know, behind the scenes getting in a lot of stuff, and so I thought, you know, that'd be kind of a tribute to him. Wow. I kind of felt like I was crying there. Anyways, but so I really liked that page. That page was a lot of work. But the one of the things that was also hard that I really liked was in the beginning, she doesn't show it, but on the inside of the dust jacket on the top, it shows, maybe I'll put a picture here somewhere. It shows in the corner, like it shows like the prices, so like the US price, the Canadian price, and then the age. And I think the age was like 3 to 7 or something, whatever. So I should have made the age all ages, but I made it like 50 plus, 50 and up, because in the show Grogu's 50. And I didn't know, like, I should have made it all ages, because I don't know how old Din is. I don't know how old Trooper Mom is. Like, I don't need to know how old they are, but like, you know, it just, like, I was like, oh shoot, when I was done, I was like, oh, I should have made it. But the thing that I like the most is, so I have the US price, and then next to it I changed, so it's not a Canadian price, I changed it to galactic credits, and I think it's 14 something. So I went online and I googled, like, okay, how much is a US galactic, or how much, like, the exchange rate, like, so if a US dollar is this much, so a US dollar is $1. So the galactic credit is 1.44 US dollars, if I remember correctly. That's the number, but you know, money was, so I wanted to figure out, okay, so if $1 is worth 1.44 galactic credits, how much is that book gonna cost me? And I did all this work online trying to figure out, you know, and there's all these websites that have exchange rates, but they're not gonna have, you know, they're gonna have Guatemala, they're gonna have, you know, the yen, they're gonna have the, you know, the quetzal, you know, all these different monies, but they're not gonna have, you know, British pounds, whatever. I'm like, they're not gonna have Star Wars galactic credits, because that's like an online, not online, but that's, you know, whatever. So I was able to find a math formula, and I thought, okay, here's this math formula, and it looked really hard, but then when I looked at it, I was like, I did it, but I'm like, there's no way, this doesn't seem right. I did it, and I looked at it multiple times. I'm like, okay, so this is coming out to be that price. So I guess that's the, you know, it was like $14.90, because I think what you do, whatever. Anyways, you can look up how to figure out the money online. I don't remember, and I'd have to look it up. But anyways, yes, that was one of my favorite, because it was, you know, kind of tricky. Math is not my strong suit, but I enjoyed, you know, like putting in the galactic credit price, because I think that's just, you know, part of the whole Star Wars, you know, making it like they had bought it from, you know, Kenobi and Skywalker, you know, from the book the bookstore, you know.
He's in bed with his little baby Groody. What's amazing about this is not just the time and the creativity, but it's, you have to kind of know.
Look at
It's
this is our backyard.
And so okay, the page she says this is our backyard. If you follow me on TikTok, you'll know, and I think I posted it on Instagram. I have not posted it on YouTube. But if you follow me on TikTok, this whole book thing originally was just going to be some art, and I drew cuz I wrote the words, or I changed the words around to the original story. It's The Night Before Christmas. And so then I just drew a picture of where it's the back of Din, the Mandalorian, and then Santa is driving a speeder bike, because that's, you know, of course, duh. And so I just drew the, you know, and there's a moon in the picture where he's overlooking their backyard, which is, you know, their lake and all that. If you follow Jen, you know that, you know, she's gone ice skating, yada, 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 the lake. And so, jeez. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. So it was originally just this artwork where I put in the back of Din, I put the, you know, I had the lake, and then I had the Santa driving the speeder bike with the moon. And then I downloaded Procreate Dreams, which you can animate stuff. I still haven't completely figured it out. It's still confusing to me. I'll get there one day. But, and then I animated it so that, you know, it looked like Santa was driving his speeder bike and flying through the sky. It was just going to be that, and then it became this whole thing. So thankfully, there was some art, like a bunch of the helmets and stuff. I'll see if I can post pictures, but thankfully, I really only had to draw the helmet like once in my art style, and then I could adjust it to fit the different, you know, the different spots in the story. And then I had already drawn the lake, so I included that in there. And so, yeah, I just made it, you know, it made it easier for me that I could throw these. And I used one speeder bike, Santa riding the speeder, and, you know, and just added, and just, you know, I went into Photoshop and I, you know, covered the background to cover up the original Santa sleigh. And then I could just size the speeder bike and angle it to however. So that saved me a lot of work instead of having to draw like 10 different speeder bikes, because I ain't about that life right now. I was too busy, you know, I was enjoying doing it, and it was like, if I keep doing all these little things, I'm never going to get it done, because I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. But yes, so
I know.
This is really special.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
That is amazing. What a piece of art.
I'm glad this
just
came
so
in
glad
time.
they liked
That's
it.
right. I want to.
Yes, that was what sparked this. Oops, dropped the Hot Wheels. That Bill's Super Bowl win card. I got that. When I got the other box, I got a card with that had Mr. Rogers in like a Bill's sweater putting his shoes on, and it's, you know, said something about good neighbors, yada yada. And so I found the Bill's suit. It was by the same artist lady. And you know, it said Bill's Super Bowl win for Christmas. And so I was like, okay, well, now I have to send a Christmas package. So I was going through what I had, what goodies I had. And I was originally just going to do it all together in one thing. The second book was sort of a thing. But the first book, The Night Before Christmas, was not a thing yet. And so I kind of split it up and sent the other box, because I've told her, but in her car, in the letters and stuff, but I've been dealing with a lot through work. I won't go into detail, but it's kind of been rough. And so I was dealing with a lot, and I said, you know what, I need to mail this out, because I am, you know, having a rough time, and making somebody else happy is what I need at the moment. And so I mailed that out. And so then I saved some of the items, and then I was like, oh wait, I have that popcorn, because was thinking of local snacks and stuff like that. And then I made the friendship bracelets. And for a split second there, you see on the screen where Jeremy holds up the little flat, looks, little character of him. So that is, if you follow me on TikTok, you know about Flat Jeremy. And I'm so glad that Flat Jeremy made it. That is Flat Jeremy number 3. So original Flat Jeremy was supposed to go to Guatemala with me and went missing before I went to Guatemala. I don't know what happened to original Flat Jeremy. I searched all over for him. I'm wondering if he got thrown away at work on accident, so I made Flat Jeremy number 2. And Flat Jeremy number 2, I put my address on the back so that if he went missing, he could get mailed home. So, I took Flat Jeremy number 2 to Guatemala, and then Flat Jeremy number 2 went to the beach with me and did not come home from the beach. And at that point, I was like, okay, I have to make a Flat Jeremy for it. Flat Jeremy is an art I drew of Jeremy. And I accidentally printed it out on plain paper. So I laminated it and created Flat Jeremy, like Flat Stanley. So he goes on adventures. So third Flat Jeremy has gone on a few adventures, went to the church Christmas concert that I performed in, and yada yada. And so I'm glad Flat Jeremy made it. I have realized that I should not be in charge of any more Flat Jeremys because they seem to go missing. I think because it's flat, that's what is because it's basically just a laminated piece of paper. It's hard to miss, or it's hard, it's so thin that, he could slip somewhere and I wouldn't even know it. So I'm glad that Flat Jeremy made it safely to New York because I'm not gonna be no more in charge of Flat Jeremy.
Bill's Super Bowl win for Christmas. Oh,
No
my
way.
gosh. So Ruth had this made.
So the second book, for those that know, I do art, obviously. Half of this is all art based. But I had seen in some of her skits, that especially the one about where he talks about, can I do a magic trick? And she goes, no magic in the house. No magic whatsoever. She's got a stormtrooper book. It's like a coffee table, real thick, real nice coffee table book. And I thought, wouldn't it be hilarious? I was using Procreate. I was using a few different, not Procreate, Canva, to make a, like a book cover. And I was trying to make some sort of magic. And then it hit me. I remembered, oh, what about those like for dummy books? Like playing the guitar for dummies, or coding for dummies, or whatever. And so then it was like, okay, now, so I went online. I found a generator online, so like a website, and because I was like, I want to give her a photo book of my art. Now, not all of my art is in that book. There are some new ones, and there's like one that's an early on piece that I didn't put in there. There's ones that she hasn't seen, and so and there's some that I've done that I just like I don't really want to share because whatever, So I created the front, and it, parenting the child for dummies, a guide to Jedi magic and all things Grogu. And I thought, what a perfect, for skits for her to hold up, to pretend she's reading about Grogu, because I just thought that'd be a hilarious, take on another book that she could add to her skits, that she can use. as a, he's doing something nefarious, or, being silly off on the side. And she's just like, I just want to sit and read. And, like, dude, can you chill out? Like, so something for her, like in her skits and whatnot. But yeah, that was fun. That was from Shutterfly. I love Shutterfly, and they were having a sale, and I got it for a decent deal. And so yeah.
And inside of it, all the different art she's made. It's scenes from, different moments in my videos. And Ruth has sent me some of these things before in previous packages, but that she put it all in a book. Fairy Child for Dummies. What a special thing. And last, she's also sent me just a bunch of fun stickers.
And so she talks about stickers. The stickers are basically, so I was creating the book, and I bought a copy of that book for myself, and I had a bunch of prints that were too big or too small, that not a whole lot, but a few, and I thought, okay, well, I don't need them. They're gonna fit in my book. And so I just cut the sheets, whatever I had. I sent them to her. I figured she could cut them out and use them for whatever, do whatever she wants with them. Because I don't need them around, and they're still fun little extras on the book. So if she wants to cut one out and stick it to the side of her helmet case or whatever, she can do that. But
thank you so much. This book is so special. This book is so special and just made with so much love. I'm just so honored. Okay, awkward edit. Daytime video.
Yeah, so I am just forever grateful that I'm so excited you loved everything. I'm glad they loved everything, and it's been rough around here, and to be able to, geez, I'm gonna cry. To be able to have a place that I can go, a place that I can get away, the community over there, I don't always interact with other comments, but I enjoy the videos, and she said I comment on the videos, which is true. That's one of the first things I do in the morning is I check all her pages, because none of them like to alert me when she posts content, which I hate it. TikTok recently came out with a thing that will like alert you when it doesn't work. YouTube barely even, like, she'll post a video, I don't know about it. I have alerts turned on. Alerts don't work. For Instagram, occasionally I'll get an alert, but my computer just went to sleep. But yeah, so I just, that's one of the things I do in the morning is I open up, I check Twitter or TikTok, I check YouTube, I check Instagram, and then throughout the day, if I'm on a break or something, I'll pop to see if there's anything new. But I appreciate you guys. It's just wholesome content. It's just, brought me back into, I've always kind of liked Star Wars, and for a little bit, it was one of those things for me that was like, it's Star Wars. Like, I kind of know about it. I kind of like it because it's, it's the thing you do. You know about it, you like it. But then I recently watched, all the videos, geez. What are we, in the 90s? These are not VHS tapes. These are not home videos. I recently watched all the movies on Disney Plus. You can watch them in like chronological order or whatever, the timeline order or whatever. Just to rewatch them again so that I could, because I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, and I'd seen some of The Mandalorian, but I wanted to, catch up and be, so I could be more aware of all the, the stuff. And so, yeah, I've watched it, and I'm glad I did. I forget the last, I have to go back, and the one with Zori Bliss in it, I think is the last on that whole set of things. I need to watch that one again because I don't think I finished it. I think I kept falling anyways. But yeah, I just want to say thanks to Jen and Jeremy and Grogu and all her, you know, I'm always having a good time, and you know, just having this place that I can go to, that I can get away for a while and watch, you know, a minute video about some silly little family. They're not silly, but you know what I mean. That I can kind of, you know, enjoy that and, you know, just have a good time and get away from things when life is rough. Because it's, and, you know, it's mostly work life, and it's whatever, you know, I'm whatever, but it's just nice that, you know, I can come home and I can, you know, turn on, even if it's something I've already seen, you know, I enjoy watching the videos again. And I enjoy one of my favorite Jeremy Saturdays is the one where they build the Lego set. I just think that's freaking adorable. And then, you know, just a bunch of those little cute little videos. But yeah, this video is probably 20 minutes. I haven't checked the thing, but and it'll get edited. I'm gonna hopefully one me on top and them on the bottom, or vice versa, or them on the whole screen and then like me in the corner. I'll figure it out. But I've got chores and things I gotta do. I gotta wash this shirt. I got this Mos Eisley shirt for Christmas from my mother or my father, one of the two. And so yeah, I threw it on for the video and then I'll go wash it. And yeah, so thank you. Just thank you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. Truly, you know, I was squealing in the break room watching you open those gifts. I was so excited. I just it just brightened up my day and made, you know, and I was like, I couldn't wait to get home to watch it again. And I have this tab refresher thing on my computer that I occasionally will use when I'm tracking a package. And like you can set it to where, okay, every 5 seconds it'll refresh the page. And so what I did was I figured out that how many seconds my clip was of them opening up my things, and I set that tab refresher to that roughly that amount. And so it would play it, and then once it got to the end, it would refresh the page. And so she probably got a lot of views out of that. It was like, I watched it a lot on Christmas Eve, and then I went to bed playing it because I was like, just sometimes just the noise, the soothing voices, you know, it was like just I needed that. And I don't know. I had it playing through the night, so I don't know how many, but at least I watched it at least 20-30 times. And then yeah, it was lovely. So yeah, thank you. I have to get off here, or I'm gonna talk all night. But yeah, I'm gonna do my chores. I got dishes and yada yada, and I'm gonna edit this video, and hopefully I can somehow like tag that video in this video. I don't know how it but yeah, we'll figure it out. Bye. Say goodbye, Grogu. G. Isn't he just so cute with his little shirt and his hat? I can't wait for his little brown hat to come. So he can have a brown hat to go with his Bill's hat. But yeah. Bye.